Hello and welcome to another week of Talking Triathlon or Triathlon Talk. This week we're going to look at Challenge Miami and how flipping good Jan Frodeno is and what kind of pace that is and how I compare in relation to that and what I'm capable of at the moment in comparison to his phenomenal performance. So racing's begun. We had Challenge Miami over the weekend, first proper pro race in 2021, and it was amazing. It was great to have some class triathlon go on over the weekend and being able to watch and be motivated by that triathlon. So as previously mentioned, Jan Frodeno won the men's race and Jodie Stimpson the female race. We're going to look at today just how I compare to Jan Frodeno's performance in terms of the run. We've done a couple of threshold sessions recently, so we've got some good data on how I compare to that sort of running. He managed to run 16.4k at an average of 3:16 minutes per kilometre. For comparison, we'll have a look at my training peaks in a minute for a recent session that I've done for a threshold. That's pretty much my threshold pace. And whilst obviously he's one of the best in the world, you'd imagine him to be a lot better than someone like I. It's off the back of a hard bike and also a longer race than what you'd expect to do in an Olympic distance. So Jan is class. Like, there's no two ways about it. He looks the part, he acts the part, and he runs the part. He makes that run look so easy, and yes, he's tall, he's got a great technique and things like that, of which I can't say for myself. This won't be his threshold pace. His pace will be far faster than that for threshold. I imagine closer to the 3 minute per K mark. So he's running at this kind of, probably in between this lactic threshold pace, or LT2, the second turn point, and the LT1 pace. So that kind of tempo sort of area. So in comparison, my threshold pace is probably closer to his tempo pace. So more like between 3:10 and 3:15 minutes per K. So if we go into the training peaks data here, what you can see is that I did 8 by 5 minutes, which is a pretty standard threshold session for us. And if you have a look at some of the paces, we've got the first rep here was 3:09 per K, 3:10 per K, 3:10. So it's all in that ballpark of probably roughly where he was running, like between that 3:10, 3:15 per K. Averaging out at 3:16. So the whole session comes out at 3:35 per K if you take into consideration the rest, which is 20 seconds per K slower than Jan ran. And yes, it's 47 minutes, so it's still not in the ballpark of what he did. He ran for 53 minutes. So that's, 6 minutes longer than I did at 20 seconds per K faster on average. But this was me at my kind of Olympic distance, sprint distance, off the bike pace. He's able to do that for 70.3 and in between that 70.3 and Olympic distance, which is just ridiculous. I also have a bit of a stigma about how I look running in comparison to someone like Jan. I do not look good in comparison. I've got a bit of that kind of, it's not running dysmorphia because I know that my technique's not as good, but needless to say, it's definitely a case of I've got a long way to go in terms of my technique. This is a half decent session for me, and that's where I'm at the moment, but you've just got to take it into comparison of where he is and the pace or effort that he's riding, or running should I say, in comparison to me. Like, that's my threshold pace, that's my LT2 pace, but it's more of a tempo for him off the bike. To look that good doing it, that's where I want to be at. I want to be able to run and make it look easy and have a good technique and things like that. But yeah, a good session anyway. Like, we had a good laugh with the boys and a good run, and it was nice atmosphere and things like that. But, so essentially, why don't I run like Jan? He's been doing it his whole life. He's one of the best in the world. He's a lot taller than me, 6 foot something. I'm short. I've swam most of my life. I bike relatively well, but I bike so much that I'm probably a bit closed off on the hips, whereas he's nice and upright and tall. He's got a nice long stride length. I've probably not got as good a stride length. And yeah, it's just a case of I've got to keep working at it, and I'm never going to look like Jan. and I'm never, well, I might run as fast, I can run as fast, but maybe not off the back of a hard bike in the TT position. So yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. I'm looking forward to racing, as is everyone, I think, and just to see where I'm at in a race, because who knows. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed this another triathlon talk, and if you got any value out of it, or if it interests you, don't forget to like, it helps us out a lot. And if you want to see anything in the future, hit the bell icon and hit subscribe, it helps us, and it'll let you know when we upload a video next time. Thanks for watching.